Hey Seattle and West Seattle homeowners, this is your May real estate market update. I'm Kwasi Bowie with John L. Scott, and I'm going to give you news that you can use for the overall Seattle and West Seattle markets, as well as information on luxury markets for both areas. Before we talk stats and trends, we'll be getting into interest rates. Interest rates are up, and what effect is that having on the market? Is it good? Is it bad? Inflation eased in April, but is still at a 40-year high. With home prices continuing to rise, this is making for an interesting real estate conversation that you won't want to miss. Let's get into it. Last month, we talked about rates going up being the conversation that was happening. However, I don't think anybody thought that rates would jump so high so quick. That changed some home buyers' purchasing power and monthly payment enough to thin the buyer herd for every single listing. For those buyers that stayed in the game, they're seeing less competition and potentially getting better terms on the deals that they get under contract. Sellers are still getting a great value out of the house, but unless they are the cream of the crop listing that everybody wants, positioned, promoted, and priced perfectly, they're not seeing the crazy bidding wars that we're used to hearing about. If you're a buyer on the fence, sure, mortgage rates and home prices are going up. Guess what? They're projected to keep going up, so waiting will just be more expensive. Let me give you some quick perspective. For the people who bought a home prior to the last housing crash, continue to live in the home, and pay their mortgage, they have a ton of equity right now. In King County, the peak median value before the crash was $481,000. Last month, the average median was $995,000. So those homeowners doubled their home value in that amount of time. Now, past results don't guarantee future performance. However, that appreciation was through the second worst economic and housing crash in our country's history. So would you take 25% in home value, making your own mortgage payment versus paying rent? Or do you want to keep paying your landlord and making them rich? Just saying. What I have learned in my 15 years in real estate is that some people need to buy or sell in any given market, whether that's a job transfer, life changes, so they need a starter house, bigger house, smaller house, or just fed up wasting their money on rent and need to start growing their own wealth. For these people, it's about taking a look at the current market and making a smart decision for your situation. Sure, real estate is an investment, but if you're okay buying and living in the home for a while, historically numbers show it's going to be a good investment. Buying for the short term does leave you exposed to the ebbs and flows of the market, but you just have to take calculated risk. Now it's time to show you the stats for the Seattle and West Seattle overall market, as well as the luxury markets. Stats to note and watch for the overall Seattle and West Seattle market are that the average sales price and the median home prices are both up over the same month over last year. The average sale prices in both areas up double digits over last year. Now we're also seeing big spikes in new inventory coming onto the market every month. However, months of supply isn't catching up, meaning we are absorbing all the new inventory. To put this in perspective, we could have 4 to 7.5 times more inventory and still be in a seller's market. The Seattle and West Seattle luxury markets mirror the overall market in regards to new listings coming on the market every month. However, in the West Seattle market, there is 25% increase in the number of active listings, meaning supply is starting to tick up and people are seeing slightly more homes for sale on the market. Still, even if there was 3 to 6 times more inventory in both those areas, we'd still be in a seller's market. Sales prices for luxury homes in Seattle and West Seattle have dipped slightly. West Seattle has been seeing ebbs and flows in the market for some time now, but this is only happening after we see a big surge in prices for a few months. so overall prices aren't falling. This can be a lot of information in a short amount of time. To get the stats and graphs, simply click on the Linktree link below and click on the request market stats. If you have in-depth questions and would like to chat with me one-on-one, there's also a link to schedule a call in my calendar. This market is moving and shifting very fast. Make sure you stay up to speed on everything by subscribing to my YouTube channel and following me on Facebook or Instagram. If you found this video helpful, hit the like button and/or share it with a friend. Type a comment about how you will use this information in the future. Thanks for watching.